All right. I do not trust the medical. They will lie, cheat, and steal. I really believe that I don't care what kind of freaking oath, because we know that police officers take oaths, and there's a lot of video of them misbehaving. So we know about that. Let me change the. Oh, I wanted to change the color. I guess I'll do it later. Anyway, what happened was I went this last week to a physician assistant that was highly spoke of, and I will never do a physician assistant ever again. But I am glad I recorded the my my horrible meeting with this person who had no feelings, who said that a um I have nothing wrong with me. I was like floored. I said, I'm a size two, like small. And I go, on each week I'm growing a little bit bigger. I have friends that goes, hey, let's go hang out. No, I will make up excuses. I'm so embarrassed. So now I feel sick a lot. I went, and what happened was I went for not an interview, fill out paperwork. So I got called up for an interview to work for Horizon Market, and they're open 24/7. So it's really great. I started feeling sick when I got home. I I was going to pull over. I had someone on my asshole. So I said, oh, just if I throw up, I'll throw up. That's how I felt. I stopped at a stop sign, and I felt a little bit better. By the time I got home, I really had a headache, and I felt uh really, not like I did feel like flu symptoms, but they weren't. I felt better when I woke up. So I was like, okay. I woke up, get moving around, and I felt hungry. So I ate some food, and then I realized something's really going on, that is putting me to the fact where I feel that something is not going right where it should be, and I'm having issues, and certain smells make me want to hurl. And I ate yogurt with uh, nuts, like sprinkled nuts that when you put on ice cream. That's what I ate last week. That's what I was craving. I go, oh, that looks good. I'm like eating some strange shit and hot. That's another thing. I've been craving stuff that's really like extremely spicy and hot, and I'm not that type of person. I'm like mild, and I actually put Diablo on my food recently, and I'm not the one to put Diablo and all that. So it's like really getting kind of weird right now, where I'm not happy with anything. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be cleaning toilets and selling gas. Hi, what you want? I'll show you your gas. Um, I am, my stomach is growing each week as if I'm pregnant. Um, I last week, my newest symptom was sore breasts. I now sleep with a bra. I also have a leisure bra. You guys see my leisure bra. No, I'm not wearing it. I'm not showing you while it's on. We're keeping a little more PG here, baby. My leisure bra. I wish I had more of these. These are so comfortable. I've been wearing this to bed because the fabric on my clothing hurt my nipples. They hurt my breasts, and especially my nipples. So I've been wearing a leisure bra that I bought at Victoria's Secret a while back, and it's been working out well. Or I wear a regular bra, and that's been working well too. So I'm still getting negative on everything. And I have realized when I was going through a lot of my old books and paperwork, when I went over to my storage container, I was actually reading some of my um, when I was pregnant with the kids, my son and daughter. It wasn't three. It was I was 3 months, over 3 months along before they found out I was pregnant. That's just the way it worked. And I'm like, oh, that's how my body works. Because I'm more in tune because I have nothing going on. I'm not like working, taking care of other things. I'm just taking care of myself. And I'm realizing I'm having these other problems come along, which of course is the ability now, even though my age and stuff, there's women who are going through menopause, but my period just quit this month. It just done, quit. It was like last month and this month I had, it was really weird. I usually have a certain amount of time that I have my period, and it was like really quick and really fast. And that's not how my periods are. So I talked to a friend of mine. They said I can have where I'm not showing, but she said if it takes 3 months, that's how long it's going to take with all your, what's going on with you. And if you had a physician assistant saying you had a getting fat was an option on in 3 weeks that you would gain so much weight, you said that is really not a good physician assistant. And it's really isn't. If you're a physician assistant, you're saying you're getting middle age spread that would take 3 weeks, and your stomach is still growing, and each week I'm getting new symptoms. This symptom is I'm starting to feel sick and stuff, and my breasts have been sore for over a week now. They feel like they're getting bigger. In fact, they are getting bigger. I can't show you them, but they're getting fuller. Okay. They're getting a lot fuller. And you're going, wow, wow, this is weird. And I'm hoping that my friends understand until I find out what's going on, because I don't feel well and I don't want to be around anyone who is well. But you know what I mean? I don't want to hang out with people and get close to them if I don't feel well and I'm unsure. Now I did take I still have taste buds. I do have the China virus testing kits. I got 4 of them. So I'm good with that. And I don't have China virus, all right? But I'm still, if I do have it, I will be able to test myself. So I know that, hi Terry, thank you for stopping by. Uh I went to the physician assistant and I thought she was a doctor. I didn't really look. I was suggested by a person at the coalition that heard me wenching about everything. And I'm like, look, guys, I said, every month my stomach's getting bigger. Now it's every week my stomach's getting bigger. I was told by a physician assistant that having a middle age spread is what I'm getting. I go, It's getting bigger each week. Do you get it? Now it's not each month, it's each week. So I'm like, oh, shiza. So I'm, I'm drinking just tea. I had a dream with my dad a while back, and we were in the dunes. My dad in San Bernardino, we used to go to it was really fun. We would always take somebody to the dunes, and it was really an amazing time as a kid. And we would go there and you'd be so close to there was the town over in Colton. It was you could see right on the freeway to the western town. And when I'd have extra time, I'd actually go to the dunes. And it was a great meditational place. It was magical to me. It really was. I wanted to go down there, and I am so scared of just going to California alone. I have friends out there. I don't have the gas either. It takes gas money. So if you want to help my channel, which would be great, you can help it down below on the PayPal. It would be absolutely fab. I would love you for a moment or two. And if you give enough so I could shave my cat, guess what? I will take before and after pictures and you can have that. You can have a choice uh, of the shaving pictures or tarot reading. So I use um, just regular. I don't use regular tarot reading cards. Use different ones. I haven't been really feeling up to par, and that's the reason why I haven't wanted to really visit anybody because I get new symptoms now every couple days, and my stomach's growing each week, and I have heartbeats. I have actual heartbeats. Even the physician assistant never clarified where the heartbeats are coming from because she even said that made her go, wow. And I have been feeling now not very well. I would be considered when I was pregnant as morning sickness. I wonder if I need to wash this. Oh no, I think I do though. I haven't washed it in a while, but I love this. This is like my favorite bra ever. I love this bra. I would like, to tell you guys, um, if you have a feeling, and let me tell you this. I'm going to be very honest. The Midwest and the back east are really where you want to go and be taken care of. Mayo Clinic is over in um, Ohio, and that's where I would go. The people, I'm trying to sit there. People go there. Brightness. Oh, that's where I want. I want the color. They go over to the Mayo Clinic. I want to get, yeah. They go over to the Mayo Clinic over in Ohio because it's the best in the world. They deal with your heart. They have the best cardiologist in the world over in Ohio. My dad used to drive 3 hours and he would have my brother drive him. He never changed what he ate. My dad was addicted to donuts. He loved his donuts and he hated me. He told me that. He said, "You don't buy donuts no more." And I said, "I quit buying donuts. I only buy them once a year. And this year I didn't buy them. I usually would buy donuts for like a Christmas thing because my dad would come over on Christmas Eve or I'd go over to his house. So I'd bring him his donuts. That was like a big deal. And I used to bring Krispy Kreme. I have a Krispy Kreme fetish, even though they are really bad. Donuts are not, they're meant a once in a while. I'm going to do something naughty and I'm going to have a naughty donut. And that's what it's about. My dad loved his donuts. In fact, Devin still buys donuts, and I tried to have a donut. I said, Devin, I don't know why dad put it in there, but I took 2 bites and I wanted to give it to the dog. It's just, ever since I've lost weight, I don't like the super sugary shit, you know, I really don't. It's what I'm, looking forward to. So if you want to help, I'm keeping everyone posted and I do have an audio and because you can hear this woman talk, I'm going to have to change her voice, do a voice changing on her at least. So you or both of us, it doesn't matter. It would have to be, she said it was middle-aged spread and I'm like, wow. So I would like to know if anybody would like to hear once I make it where you don't know who the voice is of, I rather be sounding like a chipmunk and you're not going to know who the physician assistant is, what her name is, or anything. It's all going to just be, I want you to hear her saying, yeah, I just expect it. You're getting older. You know, she pretty much stated that I should expect to gain it wasn't even amount of weight she said, and I'm like, my family isn't made that way, and this is what I told her. My family really isn't. There's no one in my family that is overweight. like that and my age, and she didn't get it. She didn't listen to me. The worst ever person I went to was a physician assistant last week. I cried for 2 days. I was treated so horribly that I thought I really did. I'm like, this woman was not a friend of mine. She was not your friend. Do not go to this physician assistant. It was horrible to tell somebody who I'm getting bigger each and every week that I should accept it. And I'm like, wow. She goes, so who's your doctor you're going to? And I told her who my doctor was. And I called up her office and said, I'm no longer needing of her services. So I'm going to clean up the thing and we're going to be playing that as soon as it's cleaned up. I don't want to be, you know, sued because of the fact that she gives out bad advice and don't give a fuck about anyone. She wanted to know why I didn't have, she goes, where's all your medication? And I go, excuse me? I'm not 100. In my family, if you're 100, a little bit over 100, you're going to have some meds. But even then, most of my family, we believe in healing our bodies and stuff. So, you know, we got, smarty pants. I didn't take mine, so I'm like, yeah. The one thing I notice here out west is the Blaine. It's mad medicine. The medicine is not good. And our bodies were made to heal. Like we got, vitamins, calcium, all that stuff is made to heal our bodies. You know what I mean? Why is she saying that I need meds? And then she said, maybe I should look into a psychologist because you see, it's all in my head. She made it out. And if you listen to the audio, that's why I cried for 2 days. I actually listened to the audio. She was insinuating I was a little nuts. She walked outside the room. The door is ajar this much. It's ajar enough to where I can hear and stand up and hear what she's saying to other people. You check out that lady in there. She thinks she's pregnant. That's what she's telling people. I'm like, whoa, I did not say I was pregnant. I said I wanted to know why my stomach is growing. I said, I was told by an ER doctor to go see an OBGYN because I have two cysts. That's what he said. Two cysts. He said that to my friend too. And now they are growing at a rate that each week, let's see, last week they grew even bigger. And certain pains went away and certain new pains came up. The pains were if I move a certain way, went away. But I will be sitting somewhere and suddenly I'll feel poof, and it'll be a pain. Poof, a pain here, poof, pain here, and they'll be gone. And that'll be it. I have 3 areas I feel pains in, and it's middle and 2 side. Here, here, and here. And I'm like, what in the fuck? So I got no answers from the physician assistant. I did record the whole conversation, the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing, but most of it. And when she says, well, you should accept it. I'm like, wow. She should accept cancer if she gets it too and just lay down and die. I will tell anybody and everybody to stay away from this woman because she should not be telling people to accept death because that's what she's telling me. Just accept death. It's okay. If you want to, I'll give you some arsenic on the way out. It's like, what the fuck? So I recorded this and I listened to it and I cried even harder. I was like, oh shit, this woman's a nutbag. And it was suggested by somebody. So I am going to go to my OBGYN and talk to my OBGYN and tell him what I went through. Uh, and what I hope to expect as an OBGYN. Um, I have never in my life had such mad medicine. It's bad. It is such bad medicine. I've had not just one, but all the doctors that I have dealt with either didn't know what they were dealing with. When my friend had a tubal pregnancy, it was like over in California. She had been around my age, and she said, she had been using a birth control that I'm using now, that I've used not now, but what I was using at the time that causes tubal pregnancy. And I told her that. Did you know that? Did you know that birth control does that? And the physician assistant said, no. I said, you should look into it because you guys should be looking for something if I'm having all these prognosis. And if I'm not putting positive for uh, pregnancy, which I did my pregnancy test a month into, I did it in March before even it was a month. And I did the blood test when it was a couple weeks, 3 weeks into it. And a friend of mine said, you did it too early. And I said, really? She goes, yeah, you did your test way too early. But I said, I've been doing them at home and they're really accurate. I buy them, and I said, I believe that. She goes, no, what this is what my friend said. Do you have, when you had your kids, do you have the information? And I go, yeah, I do. So I went to my storage container and spent some time there. And I read through I write everything down in the past. I wrote it in books. And when I was pregnant with Devin, I wrote when I thought I conceived, and it was 3 months. It took 3 months for me to know I was pregnant with Devin and my daughter, Natasha. Both of them were 3 months. So I'm like, that's when I started feeling pregnant, but I wasn't quite this big. I'm like, I'm as big as a house, and that's what worries me. Because I wasn't this big with either of my kids. I was big, but not this big for 3 months. My son, I wasn't as big, but my daughter, I was still not that big. So it makes me think, is there cancer growing in here? Am I dying? Do I just have like I don't have flu symptoms. I have cancer symptoms. What do I have going on? I had a friend who's a psychic go, oh, we're not even going there on that one. So I asked her if she knew anybody that would like to help me and I can give them a reading if they gave me a reading. Because sometimes you get that, you get the luck of the oddish. So help my channel help you. If you want to hear from me, I will give you a special phone call from you won't know my number, trust me. If you give enough money, I will give you a specialized phone call and we can talk, or I can give you a tarot reading and we could talk within reason what. But I have not been feeling very healthy, as in I've been feeling sick. I don't know what's going on in that situation with my body. When I went to a physician assistant, I recorded it because I have found out that the doctors now, I don't care if they take a fucking oath. Really. I know police that take an oath, and there's been a lot of police crap going on. And I believe that the health industry is the same, that you get a lot of bad doctors, bad medicine. And I had a bad physician assistant who told me that I had middle age spread. And I have it on audio, by the way. I audio tape all of my visits with my doctors from now on because I don't trust them. My physician assistant got audioed where she said, Yeah, it's just you just accept it. So I'm like, shoot, I got doctor the video where you can't hear her voice. And I'm like, wow, I got somebody who's admitting who I was just crying so hard. It was so hard for me to deal with assistant who not only did not touch me, but looked at me like she was so unprofessional walking out. Hey, guess what this person has? And the door's no one open. I'm hearing her tell somebody that she felt that I was a little crazy. Now, the only way I would go and put out that I'm working with someone who's crazy if I was scared for my life. And if I put her in a position to be scared for her life, I would feel really bad. And I was not raising my voice. I didn't get Karenized. I figured if she sucks, I'm just going to shake her hand. She can make the appointments and I can undo the appointments. And that's what I did. I just thought, Jesus Christ, this woman's crazier. She's shit, nut baggy crazy. I really believed that this woman was nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. Well, I just middle-aged spread. Yeah. She's talking about running 5 miles. When you get up to 75 in the age-wise, you should be running. You should be doing fast walking because it's really bad for your knees and stuff when you get about 75. And she's an older lady. I get it. When you get older, when you get about 75, that's what she looks like. It's my family, so I don't want people to say I'm being mean and they know this person. I don't know how old she is. She knows how old I am. But in my family, if you looked as bad as she did, she'd be 75. Because that's how old my dad looked. Well, actually, he didn't even look that bad. Whew, he really didn't. Oh, God. My dad had an amazing skin. Well, he had no wrinkles. Of course, we all, including myself, I have really oily skin. And in the summer, I have to wash my face sometimes a couple times a day. And that's why I don't wear a lot of makeup because of the fact that I'm a clean person. I guess I don't like oils and stuff. So I realized that I'm being mean and she was too. I really believe. So then she goes, I like when somebody gives me an attitude as a doctor or physician assistant, you know what I do? I give it right back. So what, what kind of drugs you're dead? Oh, he did a shitload of heroin. And I told him that my mom did a shitload of heroin. And I was going to start saying that my grandmother was Trump's number one hooker, but I can't have my mouth shut. I was going to say, yeah, my mom's mom, she used to live out here. She was the number one hooker until they got more in. I really was because she pissed me off that bad. And I started to turn like my dad. I'm like, oh shit, I'm turning to be my dad. Because my dad had gone to a doctor and he was really pissed. And when he gets pissed, doctors get fired though, because he was a lawyer and he knew. He knew if you go in and you record and, in the thing that your my in the state of Nevada, what is said between the physician assistant and myself is kept knowledge between just her and me, not everyone else. Exactly. What she was doing was not nice at all. She was not being professional. And that was the first thing that a physician assistants and doctors said that they will be professional and make the person and find out what's wrong. And that's not where it went. It went to from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour to you're a piece of shit. I don't really care for you. So I gave her my attitude and I did a lot of fibbing because once you get somebody who doesn't uphold their oath, because that's what she did. She did not uphold her oath. I will not tell them the truth. I just will lie like a bitch because I feel that when you're working with somebody who no longer has an oath to rely on, then then as for me as a person, I don't need to go and tell her anything. I really should have just walked out and said, this isn't working and you're making fun of me and it really hurts. And I really should have done that. It really is a sad thing when a physician assistant has no respect for a person walking in who's going, "Well, each week my abdomen is getting bigger." And when someone says, "Each week my abdomen's getting bigger," it's not getting smaller, it's getting bigger. I'm not overeating. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not overeating. And that's why I told her, I said, "Help me." you know, well, you could hear it, what I say, and we'll go through it. It'll probably take a while in what I'm going to have to do because I'm going to have to work with an app that I'm going to type out what we're saying, and each my words will be a different color, and the as physician assistant will be a different color, and that's what I want to work with because she has said so many things that were so not professional that put me where I think that I can, with the recording itself, talk to her superiors and see if she can get reprimanded or, never work with another patient. That's how bad it was. You don't tell a patient that they're not mentally sound. And that's what she said. She goes, "Well, have you thought of going to a psychiatrist and talking with them?" And I go, "Why would I go to a psychiatrist? A psychiatrist is not going to tell me why my abdomen is growing each and every week." So, with that, that's what I have going on. I have somebody who I recorded who told me as a physician assistant that I have middle age spread. This is middle age spread, 3 weeks now. Middle age spread. This is middle age spread. This is me just average. I'm not squeezing it in, I'm not sucking it in. This is it. There's no fat. It's just that's part of my body now. It's bigger. My body was a size 2. The most my size 2 regular women's because I have to go to teenagers because I have such a small waist. I really do. So with my waist getting this big so quick, like it's a fast acting cancer, is what I said. "Is this a fast acting cancer?" I said to her. And, "Oh, well, we'll do tests." I said, "What about an ultrasound?" I said, "I didn't drink a lot of water. So, if we were doing ultrasound, you would have to at least a half an hour where you're drinking water." And they didn't see nothing because I didn't drink, I'm like really bad in drinking water at times. So they said because of the fact that I didn't drink enough water, they couldn't really see anything. And that's what the woman said. And then physician assistant said, "Well, you have got nothing. See, I told you, not you're going to sleep good now." And I'm like, "Oh shit, you got to be joking." This physician assistant is so outright, downright cruel, rude, and just absolutely wrong. And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to sleep right." And she's like, "Ah, la, 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 la." And I'm like, wow. So when people ask me who to get, I ask them, "You should avoid this person, by the way. This person, avoid the physician assistant. Get the doctor." I would normally say that I believe in this womanhood and, hey, being woman power. Stay away from that physician assistant. She does not want to help anyone but herself. And I'm trying to wrap my head around somebody laughing. She laughed at me when I said, "What if it's cancer?" She goes, I'm like, "Oh shit." Stay away from the physician assistant. Whatever it is, I really didn't even want to go. I got called for a to see my doctor sooner. I said, I'm no, I'm not even going to answer the call. I'm not even knowing if I'm going to go for my Tuesday doctor's appointment because I really don't feel I'm getting the help. This physician assistant really ruined it for me. very, very negative evil. And I had so much fun lying to her. Yeah, I do heroin and everything. Woohoo! We have heroin parties. I said that my parents, who are passed away, my father was a very well off person and an extremely smart man. And I think that he has been around me a lot. And it was something my dad said, just because you have education for health and stuff does not mean you are to um, have that kind of job. And I think that they should retire. That's bad. It's just bad. I I highly doubt that I will be. I have no appointments with that person, and I will tell my other doctor if I do see them, if I do happen to go down there. I will say I do not. I want to get a new doctor. If you got a suggestion, I won't tell them that the physician assistant that I recorded and I had to listen to, not had to, I listened to, because I want to know, what did I say that was wrong? And did I do something that was wrong to a person? Because a lot of times I record conversations with people, so I know if I'm being not a good person, if I'm saying a word or two that's like hurting them, so I come back, hey, I said this and this, and I really didn't mean, if it's a just thing. And that's what I have learned. But with the physician assistant, I said nothing wrong. Actually, the only thing I got my attitude when I was told that it doesn't matter if you are growing X amount of, it was just the way she said, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, what? I really could not believe it. I have had the most horrible, horrible medicine here in Nevada. People here are just, they don't listen. It's the most horrible place to be if you're sick, is out west, because out west means like, oh fuck, if I got cancer, I would not tell no one. I'd be like, got cancer? Oh, there's nothing I could do out here. Yeah, I'm dead. I am so dead. So I don't have cancer, but what I have is growing at a rate that reminds me of my pregnancies, my last two pregnancies of Devin and Natasha. I'm like reliving them, except I'm waiting for that 3 month to happen, which will be on the 21st of this month, which is this Saturday. It will be a full 3 months. That means I will either do positive or negative. And if I have a fast growing cancer, I already told my son, you know what? I'm in a place that people are waiting to die anyway. So I'm in a place that I can, I told them that I will start giving my stuff away and I will have very little left to have for myself if it comes to that. I have already I'm going to have to do my will, and I'm going to have to go to a bank and sign the thing and have them do the whole bit and giblets and stuff. So I hope that I could you know leave something for my kids. um as far as I know what's going on with my life, I don't know. And I'm trying to be honest, that I went to a physician assistant and was told that having a stomach that's growing on a weekly basis is considered a that's what I is normal. And I said, "Really? How many people have you known where their stomach is growing on a weekly basis? They consider that normal?" Really? I would like to know, because I don't know anybody on a weekly basis that goes, "Yeah, mom, Judd over there, he's as big as a fucking trailer. And he just normal as oh shit." And it's like, really? Are you really telling me this? And you're not even hearing me talk when I go, no, I don't feel like it's sleep at night. And she's just yapping away, blah, 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 and listening to herself talk. She loved to, my physician assistant loved to hear her yap that big old mouth and think that I was listening. And I'm like, you're not even listening to me. So I'm going to have fun and make up shit. I should have told her, well, my grandmother was the village whore over here, and we're just, we just get big. And she said it was a mid, it was what you call like a spread. And I said, but this is happening in 3 weeks' time. At that time, it was 2 weeks. Now it's three. And each Monday, or actually, I wake up on a Tuesday going, fuck, I don't know what to expect each Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, I'm like, okay, it's always a fun time to find out all kinds of shit. The physician assistant, as far as I'm concerned, if I find out of anything, and I'm going to send her the nastiest letter she has ever received in her life. It will make a Karen look like an angel, and trust me, I have made doctors cry, and I have had them. The board of not education, but you have every doctors, lawyers, and all those type of people who do take oaths on the fact because you're dealing with somebody's health. When you're dealing with somebody's health and she thinks it's funny that your stomach is growing each week and that you have a midlife spread growing, and if it's not a midlife spread and it's not cancer or anything, I'm going to tell you this much: she's going to receive a letter that's going to blow her ass up, and I'm going to make sure she's no longer working here in Prump and should not. Oh yes, I will make sure she is never going to work. She go back to Vegas. That's why there are the people that are here, because after a while, if you get somebody with an attitude and then you tell them, hey, that's not the way you treat people. And that's exactly what she is doing. She's hurting people who want to get help, who want to do something. And she's going, well, I only have birth control. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have no other things going on. And she was acting like I was a nutbag. And I looked at her going, ooh, you a whole lot of nutty telling me that having an abdomen that grows each week to a substantial rate where it scares the fuck out of you is not normal. I don't care what anyone says. My friend who I was talking with, she goes, "Hey, Steph, I had to go to. I was back east, and she had to go to different type of, a lot of different type of physicians because no one would hear what she was going through. And she said, my stomach got really big too. I looked 8 months pregnant. So I'm now looking about 14 weeks pregnant because I actually looked it up. When I started the problem, my problem started on the 21st, and it is continued since then. Since the 21st of February is when my problem started. And I put it in the thing, and I'm like, wow, I am exactly what they would consider 14 weeks pregnant, except I'm just starting to feel sick and my boobs are just starting to hurt. And I have gone through a full month without any blood whatsoever, no period or nothing. Most people in a third world country, because they're more open to listening and people having late pregnancies or stuff like that, they look more into it. They're more listening to you. In America, because there's so much opioids, and all these things going on, and doctors use us like cattle. You come in, yeah, okay, let's see. We'll give you this and this and this prescription, go. This and this and this prescription, go. And they don't listen to you. They don't, and a lot of them is because they're afraid of being sued, which I will probably either sue this person or make sure she's no longer working here. Oh yeah, my dad, he had a doctor who um, almost screwed up his whole leg, and they almost had to amputate it. Yeah, it was that bad. So my dad made sure, and he said, document everything. And he used to bring a small recorder. He bought it, and he used to take it into his doctor's visits. Never told his doctor. He said, if I feel I need the use, you know. So I have a recording of my physician assistant telling me I should be okay with being fat. Being fat, it's okay. And I'm like, if you walk or run 5 miles, if you run 5 miles and you're in your, she's like, what, 75? It's not very good. So I almost wanted to say, and she smelled like oil, like she had eaten a lot of fried food. And I'm like, she's going to be, she needed to go to the Mayo Clinic, is what I wanted to say. I really wanted to tell her, you need to go to the Mayo Clinic. I think that you're going to be needing some heart stuff going on because, yeah. So I was told here in Pahrump that having a middle age spread is the reason why my stomach continues to grow at a rate that scares the fuck out of me. I was rudely treated, and she said, "Oh," after she treated me so shitty, I mean, real shitty. And she goes, "Isn't that nice? You're going to sleep well tonight." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And she's just kept on talking. She didn't even hear me say, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Really? Wow." It takes a lot. But when somebody is in their own little world, which she is, I really warn people, no physician assistant, go with the main doctor, because that's where it's going to go. I I turned into my father. Yeah. I told her that, a bunch of lies and stuff. I was going to tell her my grandmother was the village hooker here in Pahrump, but I haven't been here that long. But it would have been a lie. She wouldn't have known. So I was sitting there thinking, should I do it or shouldn't I? And I didn't. I just said that, other stuff, and she I think in my old age I am turning into a part of my dad. It's like that comedy part where you have somebody who's being a real shithead, which she was. So all right, I'm talking about the same thing. So let's talk about, I got some new cards in the mail. They're really pretty. Um I like how they are. The colors are really pretty on them. We have heart here. This is man. I like how they look. They have, for Fox. I'm not going to do any readings for myself per se, but if you guys want a reading, I'll be happy to do so. We could smoke weed and I could do readings. You got different. I like the lady card. It's really pretty. And we have the key. This is the clouds one. The clouds one is cool. It shows a dragon blowing. It's really neat. That is a really neat how they envision clouds, and it's just like the art on it. I like to collect different cards. Um, Here's one. The sun. Sun is one of my other favorite cards. So, and I was really happy with getting that. This is the only highlight of my flipping day because I had to fire my physician. I just don't want to deal with somebody who said I had a middle-aged spread. Right. If this is something that my Mr. Crunk, he had passed away many moons ago, and he was one of the best doctors I had, and um, I kept him busy when I was skiing. I had screwed up my leg, and he said, stuff. God likes you. And I go, yeah. He goes, because I didn't pull my ligament. It was this one. I didn't pull it. I didn't like tear it. I pulled it, and it took a year for it to heal. And he said, actually, I could have been healed in 6 months, but I was babying it. Plus, I like driving on the bus. I had a crush on this one guy, so I'm like, I'm gonna milk it what it's worth, baby. If I could do that, and yeah, miss those days of getting what I wanted, and it was good. but I don't get that anymore. I don't have, I really don't have much to look forward to. So, in a sense, if I do have cancer, I will not tell you guys, and I will just make, um, I'll make something, it's just put it this way, this is the only way I'm going to be able to divorce my ex because he has this idea that I want to get back with him, and I'd rather kill myself than to fuck him ever again or do anything with him. He's just nasty, and I look at him as an ogre. He has been nothing but cruel and mean. If he would have said, "Hey, yeah, I'll sign the divorce papers. Let's get done with this," I would have been, "Fuck, that guy's so cool. Why am I getting rid of him?" But I would have thought maybe down the line, we no, he doesn't want to sign the divorce papers means he wants to control me. So I don't want to be with someone who wants to control me. Let's have some weed and enjoy it. That's what I'm going through. Yeah. I now record all of my doctor's appointments. And no, I don't do it because I want to find something or I want to set someone up. It's because I deal with people like the physician assistant, who, by the way, uh, treated me so bad that I'm glad I did because she did not go what you call the doctor or physician oath of having respect for the patient. And that is the main thing that you're supposed to, even if the patient is, and my mom used to say, you get a lot of hypochondriacs who think they're actually dying when they're not. My mom used to sit there and go, oh, yeah, they had names for them. They had this one woman each week. She used to come in with a different thing. She was dying. Then one day she came in with this spot on her face, and they go, oh, we got to check that out. It was cancer. She was in like first stages and they caught it and they took care of it and it was done. So there are even hypochondriacs will find out to be right. So, yeah. But she told me a lot of people gave her respect. They just figured, hey, her insurance is paying for it. My insurance is paying for, whatever. So she should just look at the fact, let's find out. Make an extra buck or two and have a friend for life. I could have, if she would have said, let's see what's going on with you, let's get you to drink while you're sitting here talking, to drink some water, and let's get you into the ultrasound, let's find out, let's do the vaginal thing, let's find out if you got something there. What is it? Now, I never get those doctors or assistants or physician assistants. I get the ones that say, oh, you got the middle age spread. Yeah. And you're like, really? I I don't know what I did to deserve to get such bad medicine to where I'm getting somebody telling me that having a growing abdomen should be considered normal. I was like, wow, that took a whole lot of, oh, yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I don't know what to say to that. And I don't know how to counter that. You know, what would you do? I just said, really? In 3 weeks, well, in 2 weeks, I got this abdomen and I'm a size 2. Do you get what I'm talking at? She's like, yep. And if you hear it, you would be like, so like, really, I'm going to that part of the talking just amazed me how she really, really pissed me off. And I thought, wow, wow, we have somebody who really likes to piss me off. So instead of being a carrot and giving an attitude, I turn into my father and start lying and giving smart aleck. And when we were going back, here she's going, "Oh, you're going to sleep well." Oh fuck, no, I'm not. I go, "No, I'm not. I'm really scared now." And she just kept on talking and yapping away. Oh yeah. La, 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 la. And I'm like, wow, she really likes herself. She must think she's a good physician because as far as I'm concerned, she got minus points. She got 100 minus points for number one, saying fictitious shit that didn't quite go. And yes, I am going to make sure that somebody listens to what I went through and that she deals with what she treated me. I recorded it, baby, and I hope she comes to ask. I want to know why a physician assistant would tell a woman that having growing at a rate to where you're looking like you're pregnant should not be considered in a couple weeks normal. Should it? Is that what you guys are considered? Because in my family, I've never had nothing like this happen that wasn't cancerous. So I would like to know, does anyone got any, ideas or what? So nothing else is going on. I am going to be interviewing for a job at Horizon Market. And I heard from somebody online, oh, yeah, go to Horizon Market. I went to the coalition about almost a month ago and received no help. They helped me to get information. So if a job comes through the coalition, they could call me, and I've yet to receive a phone call. Yeah. I got Horizon Market is hiring. So I went in for that. And I'll probably get hired. I'm going to tell them, put me in the worst, put me in the one that gets held up. That's what I'm going to tell them. I got nothing to live for. That's it. I'm going to say, put me where you get held up. I'm used to that. I am from Detroit, baby. And that's what I'm going to tell them. That's how you take care of your time here. Just have somebody else take care of it for you. I used to go to this it would be a part, we call them party stores over in Michigan. We call them they're called something else here, but I always call them party stores. So when I was younger and Devin was a little kid, we would go to this one party store. It was always being held up, but it was a cool ass store. So finally, the owner bought. I called it the elephant gun. It was a fucking elephant gun. The fuckers are this big. The gun, and I'm like, show me the bullets. So he opens this case. Kid you not, the owner and I would talk and bullshit while Devin would play free video games on him because we would bullshit. And he opened this thing up and went clunk. And fucking bullets. He goes, yeah, next time somebody comes in here. And he never got held up after that. It was like, I got big fucking elephant gun. An elephant gun was huge. And I thought this was pretty cool. There was another place that was closer to my house that I would never really want to hang out with. But it was like I had certain places in Detroit that I love to go. I was so broke one time for Christmas. I went to the Salvation Army, and the woman said, we have so much shit to go through with. She said, see those bags there, fill up your stuff with bags, and I will give you a set price because we won't be able to go through all this Christmas stuff. And then we'll end up having to, it just will be sitting around till next year almost. So she told me to help myself. I got all this stuff, and my dad, I got because you got to wash the stuff. It's been hanging in forevers. It's just needs to be washed. And I bought my dad this it looked like a Picasso painting, and my dad loved that sweater. And he knew where I got it. He said, times are rough. And I go, yeah. And he goes, what do you want for Christmas? I go, I want cash, Daddy. Daddy, give your daughter cash. So yeah, Christmas and my birthdays were really good for me. My dad did make sure I was taken care of. And his one wife, Letty, was an amazing woman. She was when Daddy didn't give. I called her. Yeah, I played it, and yeah, a lot of times I went if I've seen your psychopath. Most of the time when he was looking for jobs and when he didn't have a job and I had a job, but I wasn't making ends meet, I'd call her up because I didn't want her. Don't tell that. Don't. She kind of liked senior psychopaths, so she would give me the money. A lot of times I would say, "Hey, you want to call her?" My ex senior psychopath says, "No, I'm not calling her, but you can," and I would, and I'd get money. I would say, "Yeah, I just need about $100," and she would go, "Oh no, I got a couple hundred," and it was really neat. I mean, I didn't have to really worry about getting. You go through the money thing of money don't grow on trees, and it's a long last story that you're dealing with money doesn't grow on trees type thing. But I really believe that in my thing, I have all the symptoms, excluding the pregnancy test of all the symptoms of being pregnant, everything. Being sick now, I have morning sickness now. I have no period at all, zero. I don't have no hot flashes or nothing. No hot flashes. I have nothing pertain to going through menopause, but all the stuff of a pregnancy. And I'm afraid it might be tubal. And that's what I told crazy, doctor's assistant or a physician assistant. And I said, I'm afraid I might have a tubal pregnancy because I got heartbeats. I still have heartbeats. I have three heartbeats plus my own. That's four. First, I thought it was three heartbeats, including with myself, but no, you will hear your own heartbeat that will match here, it will match down here. One side of yourself will have a heartbeat of yourself. But I have extra heartbeats going on, and it really scares me. What is it? Is it a tubal pregnancy? Is it just my other heartbeat? Do I have more than one heart? And I'm asking this physician assistant, what about the heartbeats? What's going on? Could you answer that? If a physician assistant can't figure out what a heartbeat is, and what your heartbeat is and what another significant, like an embryo or a different heartbeat, then she does not belong to be practicing medicine at all. Zero. So I am going to state that if I find out anything else, I am going to state that this physician assistant needs to have her credentials pulled. And my dad's done it. I know how to do it. And I'm so glad I recorded that message so she can go, no, I'm not, didn't say that. And it's recorded. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's going to get spanked. I'm not putting it out here until you can't tell who it is, but you can tell what they're saying. Because I know that this person is not a good physician assistant. Do not go to that, to a real doctor. Even if they're assholes, at least they're a freaking real doctor, not some assistant crap that don't know. It's midlife crisis. Did you got any medication because you're crazy? She pretty much stated she couldn't believe that I just took birth control pills, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not coming here for it was like really weird. Somebody who actually said what they were thinking. is is this all the medication you have? I'm like, well, yeah, this is what you asked. This is it. Birth control. And I said, by the way, that birth control, the one I'm taking, which I'll show, it's the one I'm taking has been known to cause tubal pregnancies. And it's been noted for years and they've never changed it. And my abdomen is growing a lot faster than what it was with Devin or Natasha. When I was 3 months, I showed it's a little more of a hump, but it looks really pregnant, like, and like my friend said, when she was diagnosed with cancer, her stomach grew to be, uh, she looked 8 months pregnant. So why wouldn't she goes, well, they wouldn't say, she goes, they have an oath and they would say that if you had cancer. No, 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 no. I'm going to argue with that. My physician assistant and many other of the things would pass it and hope that you catch it. That's what most of the doctors usually do. They don't want to give you bad news. So what they'll do is they will pass it along. That's the new medicine, which is very scary. And when you have a physician assistant that goes, "Oh, you just got, your midlife spread. In 2 weeks, you got a huge midlife spread." But, even though you could have cancer or you could have something really, really causing some problems, there's tubal pregnancies are all known to be disastrous and they end your life. So, what's going on here? I have no idea. All I know is that I was treated horribly and I recorded my time with a physician assistant where she was talking to me and I was like so blown away that this person is working with people and medicine and I'm like, "Whoa." She said this is a midlife spread I have. Excuse me, let me pull it down. This is a midlife spread I have. I have a size 2. I'm a size 2. My legs are small, my arms and everything. I work out every day. I have extra skin from losing weight, but on the average, I shouldn't have a midlife spread if I'm not drinking tons of beer. I'm not drinking something that would make my body bloat up. I'm not drinking any milk that would make my body bloat up. I'm not drinking anything that would have an adverse effect. I'm not allergic to anything. I'm still growing each and every week. Do you know what's wrong? Could somebody guess? So that's where I'm at right now. And, let's see. Oh, Alexa, play Mozart.
Shuffling songs by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on Amazon Music.
So I was suggested by a person at the coalition that I should go there. And I was treated so horribly by this woman. I'm so glad I recorded everything that I needed. And if it proves to the fact that my life was put on notice and she did nothing in her time, then I will sue her and I will make sure she is never practice any kind of medicine, at least here in Pahrump. At least you guys can be safe, you know, but I wouldn't suggest to go to this woman ever. This is a horrible, not nice person who was going outside the hallway and pretty much, hey, guess what? Yeah, when you're treated like you're crap, it has a way of not coming back in a good sense. So I'm going to tell them to put me in the Horizon Market that gets you know I'm going to say I'm from Detroit. It's okay. So when I lived in Detroit, I would have to sometimes pick up my husband. I had the car. We were sharing a car for a while. And he was the only one at that time. It was just Devin and me. And we're waiting at a red light. And Devin goes, "There's a naked woman with a cowgirl hat and cowboy boots." And I'm going, "Devin, there is. That's all she was wearing, too. That is it." I'm trying to tell myself, "Oh boy." And then he goes, "That's a hooker, isn't it, Mom?" Yeah. So living in Detroit really made it interesting to bring up kids. You really had to be up on them. What is weird is they had found the biggest human trafficking area, which was Detroit, and it was only a block from where I live. Only a block. And I kept track of my boy like you could not believe. And there was people all the time. The police officers were part of the reason why it was so well hidden because they were part of the problem. And they were, by the way, by oath put to where they protect and serve us. I just want to let you know that. Mhm. They used to scare the shit out of me. I had gone with my swimsuit like I've done many times in California. I learned that Michigan was different. I had to almost cover up or change totally because when I went there by myself, I was held back by police officers, two of them. And then with my son, I go, yeah, well, everyone's waiting for me to get the ice because we're having a birthday party for that boy there. You're kidding me. Yeah, I got like 25 people over there. Oh, they let me go because people knew where I was at and I wasn't a hooker. But they thought because I was wearing a swimsuit, I was. So it's the same thing when you're dealing with bad doctors. You have to record everything. Keep it quiet. Don't sit there, hey, I'm recording you. You're not going to get it. I love not to say nothing because most of the time, 99% of the time, I just delete it because it's not useful. The doctor didn't say nothing and pissed me off. But boy, this time I'm so glad I recorded it. Yeah, it I that's why I think I spent the extra day crying. I'm like, listen, it's a men, you know, it was almost as if she was making fun of me and thinking it's funny. And it really felt that way. It's like, when you have your aunt and you skin your knee and it's not that bad, but you think it needs stitches or you think it's really bad. And your aunt's going, no, you'll be fine. And she makes a joke about you dying or, having to cut off a limb and you get all serious and I've done this before. You get all serious, you'll leave and I hate you. And then the next day it's all right. That's not the same thing what went with me. Oh, I can have a tubal pregnancy. I could have cancer that is fast acting and can kill me in days or whatever is happening inside me that I don't know. She had inappropriately had me go to get an ultrasound with not enough liquid in my body. So there was nothing you could see, apparently. That's what she said, even though I couldn't see the actual screen. Uh, and then she tells me I'm going to sleep well. I'm like, oh, flying fuck no. Do you realize I'm not going to sleep well? In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to listen to a lot of what you said on my recording. I'm thinking, wow, you are just out there. So I said, no, I'm not going to sleep well. And she's talking along and I'm like, okay, she didn't hear me. Obviously, she didn't get it. And I did. That's when I had the aha moment. I am going to have to fire her without her knowledge. I won't come back to her, but I will tell people don't go to her. I believe she's the only physician assistant in this area, but I'm not sure. So I will state the fact that I don't want her as my anything ever. I will replace with another doctor. I will ask my OBGYN what he thinks. I'm not going to tell him what went on with Crazy Pants, with Senorita Psychopath. That's what I'm going to call her, Senorita Psychopath. Because when you almost laugh at somebody because their stomach is growing at such a rate that they're actually crying and scared when they talk to people about it. I'm like really not comfortable talking about it. So hoping that when I go, I'm going to wear a really big shirt. I think I'll wear my door shirt that's like a really big one. I can hide. I am now trying to camouflage my stomach because it is getting so bad. It really is. And I try to camouflage it with other stuff. It's just, I got a big stomach. I'm get it that a lot of women my age are already gone through the change of life, and I haven't. In fact, right now, I haven't even had any sweating at all. I have been going through weird craves too, and this is really weird. I don't like nothing hot. I'm like the mild child, when it comes to those things. And when I um had a point in my life where I've been eating a lot more spicier food than normal, and now I feel sickness, not just in the morning, and that's my newest little thing ditty. So I have friends that will call, not call, they'll text, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh. I really don't want to tell people that I don't know if I'm dying, because I had a physician assistant give absolutely zero care. In fact, they make a note about your health, but my physician assistant really didn't have any idea what she was dealing with. I could be a total beyond Karen. I will make it where she will never want to be a physician assistant after I'm done. Yeah, that's how that I my dad said the same thing when he almost lost his leg because of a doctor that didn't give a shit. He was like, yeah, I got it on tape. And they're like, really? He made plenty of copies too, sent it to the doctor, and said, you need to get out of my town. And he did. He didn't ruin his career. He told him to leave my town. And that's, you know, so I'm going to see how things go, because my stomach's not stopping growing. I'm getting more and more type of pregnancy shit. The only thing I haven't gotten, the only thing was the indicator when you take when you go and you the pregnancy test, and I'm nearing like my magical 3 month of finding out, because with Devin and Natasha it was the same thing, 3 months. And it's weird, my body just works that way. That's all I can do. Usually it gives more of a thing, but I also read, oh shoot, I don't even know, my birth control pills, when you take it, mask any kind of pregnancy, and it also causes tubal pregnancy. So so I'm just hanging out with you. I will be doing my walk. That's the one thing that and I'll do my yoga and stuff. I've just been kind of uh, really sad that I have I went and I seen a woman that could have had me celebrate her and put her on a pedestal and say what a wonderful person this person is, because that's what I want to do. I want to say that I seen this person and they helped me with my problem. I found out what I had, and I'm not dying. I don't have cancer, but I went to a physician assistant that literally let me down, misdiagnosed me, and then told me that I'm a piece of work. And I'm like, and I got it on audio. So I have been, like they say, being forewarned is the best. So I don't think that, it's like I said to a friend of mine, I won't be, visiting that person, ever again. So I like to know if you have any ideas what your favorite physician is, put it down there. If it happens to be my physician assistant, it will not stay there, because I don't care if it works for you. She sucked. So I'm just smoking weed and hanging out. It's really low THC weed. I grow my son and I were growing our own, and then he was mainly doing it. It had some Jamie Lee's, some other ones. So I'm getting that. I'm getting my, oh shit, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. All right. I actually, on a dating site, I told someone I was so upset. I said, "Oh, I'm just dying," and they deleted me. Ooh, yeah, yeah. It was after dealing with, yeah. I've come to the point. If you are coming here to Pahrump, be willing to have extra travel money if you do have issues with your health, or actually talk to your doctor to talk to another one here that would work for you, because I'm going to be honest, it's I'm not happy with I'm not really happy with the medicine that's being put out here. They should be having alternative medicine. That means instead of you getting obese, you have like you walk, you have good eating, and you don't eat shit all the time, and you are active enough to where you're not going to get fucking fat. Let's just be honest, you're never happy. No, until I get divorced, I'm going to be happy. My senior psychopath is causing a lot of my misfortune. And he said the only way I'm going to divorce him is pretty much die. So no, I'm not happy. I found out that I went to a um, a physician assistant, and I have a stomach as big as somebody who's 14 weeks. And she said I should expect that, and if it gets any bigger, it should be fine. And I'm like, it's like a fast-acting cancer, dude. Wow. So I am smoking weed and getting in a better mood. I am not happy. I don't even have a job. I would be much happier if you would like to give some down below. I'd be really great. And it would make me a whole lot happier having a job and being away from senior psychopath. I mean, even though I was told by a physician assistant that having a huge, large stomach growing is normal. And I have it on video and on audio. So, how are you doing? So, what is your favorite weed to smoke, or your favorite drink to drink? Your favorite thing to do on a weekend? A lot of people, I get people like this all the time. They'll go, "Well, you're not happy. You go see 5 minutes of my shot." But I don't have. I haven't been happy. Senior psychopath said the only way I'm going to get rid of him is if I kill myself. So I'm like, wow. He's telling my kids, he told my family that I didn't write up the divorce creed right. And I said, he was with me on the phone. The first and second time he was right with me on the phone. So I don't know why he's bitching. It's a power struggle, and my family's catching on. They're going, he keeps lying to us about this and that. And yeah, because he wants to talk to you and tell you what an evil human I am. So I'm hoping, I'm going to tell them over at Horizon. I'm going to say, put me where it's really hard. I am. And then when they say I want $5, I'm gonna say fucking shoot me for it, baby, because that's the only way you're gonna get it. They don't have the key to any of the things except just what's in their register. And usually after a certain amount of money, you gotta, do a drop. Oh, shoot. I go on here and I do bitch. And if somebody doesn't like it, it's my druthers, They're never happy. That's because I'm not divorced from senior psychopath who thinks that I still love him. I don't. And I told him, this is the thing, because he really believes I'll get back with him. I'm like, oh, fuck, you didn't even sign my first 2 papers. Hello, you are a messed up fucker I don't want to be with. He doesn't get it, though. He'll tell everybody, but he won't sign the paperwork because he still has that little sign of hope. Yeah, I was so upset about dealing with somebody who pretty well was telling people in the hallway what kind of person I was, and they kind of thought it was funny. And I thought, wow. Yeah. So I'm doing a documentary on what I'm going through. I want to know why, why there's so many more women who are having pregnancies while sitting on the toilet thinking they're taking a dump, because you got doctors like what I've been dealing with. Oh, geez, you're 25, it's a midlife crisis, you're just getting big. That's what one woman was told, the same thing I wonder if she had the same the physician assistants. I'm going to take that off what that person said, because I really, I'm like, just lead it. Yeah. Take that off. That's one of my husband's thing. He goes on here, or his friends. So what they say really doesn't matter. The Don Trump. Yeah, that's my ex-husband. My ex, he is so fat. Yeah, he went and said it was okay. He went to someone's house because they boarded up their windows, and him and his family were like stealing from this house. And I'm like, whoa, what'd you steal? I'm like, I'm not drinking out of that cup. I don't know. Yeah, they were stealing from their neighbors. And my dad was like, you married into a family where the mom okayed the kids to go to a house to steal from. And I go, I didn't really think of it that way. I thought that they went into a house that was abandoned for months and months. And that's not the way it went. Well, they were, what was it he said? Bedouins or gypsies. They were gypsies. Because they were gypsies, they didn't matter. And I go, oh boy, wow. Okay. All right. I was amazed. Wow. They were gypsies, so they didn't matter to my significant to senior psychopath. That would meant, let's go steal, because that's what they did. I was like floored. Well, all the other people were doing it. That's where you call the police. Really? And then he wonders why he had bad luck. You stole from gypsies. They probably put a curse on you. Yep. So I'm very conscious about my stomach. I feel that I have something that is, I feel that there's something wrong with me that the doctors are misdiagnosing. And if you guys got an idea for a really good doctor, put it down over on the side over here. I'd appreciate it. I don't care if it's a male or female. Right now, I'm dealing with someone who has an open mind and an open heart and an understanding that they like to do their part, because I really need some understanding. I'm not getting that here. I'm getting bad medicine, and I'm getting doctors who the physician assistant told me that I should not worry, that having your stomach grow at an enormous weight, enormous size is fine. It's normal. And I got it on tape, by the way. Oh, it would blow your mind when people don't think that they're being recorded, and when they are, how they change what they say is amazing. And my dad would say that out of anybody who's going to lie, it will be the one that's going to lose their job, their dignity, and everything. And if you want to hear it, I will have to change the voices and stuff, but it is what I know, the only physician assistant that is here in Crump, as far as I know, that told me that I shouldn't worry. I'm just getting a middle age spread. So if you got an idea, an honest, hardworking doctor who really listens, not when she goes, yeah, you're going to sleep well tonight. And you're going, no, I'm not. And she's just talking along all over you and just talking at you, not with you, just, I'm telling you. And you're like, whoa, whoa. Yeah. When you get those kind of people, I I will sit there and give them everything they want to hear, and I'm out the door, and I will fire them. And I will, if I find out they put my life in jeopardy in any form or manner, because you do, as a physician and as that, you are not exposed to do that. You're not supposed to tell them that having a fast growth is normal. That is scary when you have that and they're like, well, I don't want to deal with it. That's what she said. I don't want to deal with this. You're going to an OBGYN, let them deal with it. And that's exactly how she says it, because she doesn't want to deal with it. She didn't want to help me out that day. So when I went home, I cried and said, this is bad medicine. I don't know. She didn't listen to me when I said I wasn't going to sleep well. I was like, wow. So if you got any positive doctors who are not senorita psychopaths, I will be happy to take on them. But until then, I will be talking about this woman who was an absolute nightmare in my sense of being, should never get even close to medicine or a patient at all. That's how bad it was. And I'm like, what was it, my friends? I'm like the easiest person. I'm hardly ever sick. I'm sick once a year. I exercise. I get sick just once a year. And I've been sick for a long time. And I said, what is going on? I'm now having a growing abdomen. I feel pains here. I got heartbeats. And she did not pay attention to this much. She didn't listen to me this much. She did nothing. Nothing. And you take an oath as a doctor or whatever the fuck she is. And the oath is, if somebody's life is in peril and you don't do nothing about it, then obviously, I will make sure. I will be the super Karen, because she didn't step up as the oath states. Just putting it out there. Right now, my abdomen is growing. Like I said, certain pains that were bothering me before are not, and I got new little jabs of pain I feel without moving at all. And I have absolutely no period now, but in my case, but like I said, American medicine has a long way to go. They have to open up their minds and hearts and souls to realize that there are people who have died in America with bad medicine from doctors like what I have dealt with, who said, you don't have a positive test, but I can have something stuck in my uterus, in where they're growing at a rate, and I could be dead. I can bleed to death and think it's a period, and I could die. I can have a tubal pregnancy and they wouldn't give a shit. And I'm going to tell you that. I'm like warning people, if you're from the Midwest and back east and you're thinking of moving to Pahrump, do not get rid of your physician. In fact, keep them. If you do not get along with the physician here, you still have one to go back to visit. So I still have a growing abdomen. I quit going to the gym because I'm so I'm like thinking, God, I look fucking pregnant. And I don't know what's wrong. So I'm dealing with medicine here in Pahrump that is so bad. I wouldn't even put it third world. I would just put it, no world would want this kind of medicine where you're told having a growing abdomen is normal. Like if your abdomen was growing at a rate that you would have to have a wheelbarrow, it's normal. And that's what I pretty much got this idea from this last person I seen. I'm realizing getting a physician's assistant is like getting it's like going and getting something on sale and opening it up. There's nothing in there and you paid for nothing. Yeah, you received nothing and you just get disappointed. That's how I feel. I feel like I got some sale shoes and I opened the box up and there's nothing in there. So that's what happened to me. I got a whole lot of nothing. And that's what I feel with the medicine that is brought here in Pahrump. There's a whole lot of nothing. I feel that I went and was hoping to have a somewhat answer. I just wanted some compassion where someone goes, hey, that sucks. Let's find a reason why your abdomen is growing. That would be so wonderful to hear. Oh my God. Why is it growing? Okay, so you're not having, do you think you could have a tubal pregnancy? And I said, that my birth control, you should look into it. It's been known to cause tubal pregnancies like a lot. I'm not even joking. It is a lot of problem with this birth control. And they just need to make it just a little bit higher in the dosage and it would be fine. But no, they keep it at that dosage and it's causing problems where it is women are having tubal pregnancies. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm putting it out there, tubal pregnancies over la 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 la. That's what I dealt with. I would love to hear a physician go, you feel you're having a tubal pregnancy and that's why you're not testing positive. Let's look into this. I would like to let's drink while I'm yapping away. Drink some water. Let's get you worked on. Maybe we can work on you tomorrow. Let's get you looked at so you're not worried. Not a single understanding word. I got retaliation. I got hate. And I'm like, I said to this last physician assistant, I said, "Did I say anything that to make you angry?" Because I wanted to know, what did I do? The only thing I did was wanting to know, why is my abdomen growing? What is going to happen? Do I need to go and get where I could get rid of my stuff? Am I dying? What is going on? What do I got going on? And I'm asking this woman, does she think I have cancer? She didn't answer me for anything. And I got this feeling she was just being very evasive and got copped an attitude. So I didn't want to deal with her. I started answering. I was going to say, yeah, it's my grandma used to get this weird twitch and stuff. She was a hooker here in Pahrump. I didn't say nothing. I was going to lie and say a bunch of my grandpa was a pimp and stuff. I was going to, I didn't know how to react when I have bad medicine served up to me. It's been so bad and so frequent. I don't know how to react when I do get this. I'm like, wow, this is just horrible. I feel like I'm dying. And in some cases, there's been and people who you're it's just it's just like when I went to Bunko, I realized I'm not going to go to this one lady's house ever again as long as I live. I'm done. When you're treated that badly, I've had such horrible treatment lately. I rather not deal with that person ever again. And them lying saying, "Oh, I forgot you didn't eat meat," was a bullshit thing, because for 2 times in a row I've been there, I got served vegetarian food, and suddenly you're going to forget this time around. Oh, I just won't come ever to your house as long as there's breath in my body, and you won't have to ever serve any more veggies shit. So I've had a crappy couple months, to be honest. It's been a crappy, because I'm still hooked to Senior Psychopath. He refuses to sign anything. My family is going, "What's wrong with him?" And I go, "It's a power thing. He wants to prove that he's powerful, asshole." And they go, "Oh, why doesn't he sign it? You're not going to screw him over." I go, "I know I'm not. You know I'm not. Everyone else knows I'm not, but Senior Psychopath don't know jack or shit, because he screws everyone else over." So I'm going to be probably working Horizon Market. I'm going to tell them, put me in the rough one. Give me the one that's rough and tough. But at least it's a job, because no one else will hire me. I even tried I tried all the fireworks stores here who said immediate hiring, and I have not heard a thing from them. So I guess it's not immediate hiring. So I came home after filling out the application, and as I came home and I sat down, I got a phone call stating for an interview for 8:30 in the morning. So I'll be happy to, go for an interview, and I will probably get the job. More than anything, I need a job. It doesn't matter what time it is. I can work. I've done swing, I've done midnights, and I've done regular, you know, things. So I'm excited that I will be working at Horizon Market. I'll probably cleaning toilets, cleaning stuff, doing all that. And I'm excited to be out in the public again, because I kind of miss being a bartender. Bartender was fun. I used to get people to dance and sing and do all kinds of crazy shit. I had a guy that his name was he belonged to the Special Air Force in the Special Air Force in Britain, and he came once a year to see me. I always said to see me, but he would come and visit the job site and bring his friends, and he would hang out with me through the whole evening. And I'm like, wow. Yes, I do have Instagram. It's under a private thing. I don't use it for this because it doesn't. If I had more people here, I'd probably use it. But it's under Candy Nagel, Candy. You know, let me get that. I'll give you the information. Yes, I could do video call. Yes. There we go. The GEL. And there we go. Oh, okay. There, I got that on there. There's my Instagram. And then my Twitter is I have good luck. All right. I call it Twitter. It's Twitter. Yeah. I don't have it matched because, like I said, I never got a lot of videos, a lot of views, but I really do decent card reading. I take a picture of it. I'll tell you what everyone means. I will do different readings to get your answer from one reading, because sometimes they'll be like there's a person that is an enemy and you want to find out who the enemy is, who's saying stuff behind your back. And I worked with this one woman, we'll call her D. D's old and needs to get a pair of teeth. If she got herself a pair of teeth, she'd be like so much younger looking. And well, D was not very nice. D's like the most evil person ever, but she's like the viper of vipers. She got me in trouble with management so many times and stuff. I've concluded that I don't tell her nothing. Yeah. Yes. So I get a lot of people who, want to know, about when I was working there and when I worked at certain places, and I worked with this woman. Her name, we'll just put this. She looked pretty good for her age. Her name was D, and D told on me with stuff that wasn't even pertaining, and made fun of me, and I was like, I never did a thing to this woman, and she hated me so much. It was like really, really bad. And it was something else. I was like, wow. So I am now dealing with a growing abdomen, and now having it's under Candy. My Instagram is Candy Nagel. I'll even show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. I'm showing you what my Instagram looks like. It looks like this. Looks like this. This is what it looks like. Let me see. Oh, Snapchat. It's not Instagram. It's Snapchat. All right. Do you get Snapchat? Let me see where Instagram, if I have it. Oh, I still have Instagram. Okay, let's see what my thing is. I'm under Stefania Candy Nagel. Let me put that for my Instagram. I found out what it was. There we go. Sorry about that. It was Snapchat. That is Candy Nagel. I had to change some stuff because I was getting a lot of weirdo. I got a lot of I was being stalked online and I had to change up some stuff. And I changed my person's look to this. This is my new person's look over the summer. I changed it from last fall to this because I was being stalked online. Only I could be stalked online, I swear. I told Senior Psychopath that stalking me is not cool. He goes, I wasn't stalking you. I just wanted to find out where you were living. That's stalking me. I didn't want you. Oh, Instagram. Yeah, that's the Instagram is Stefania Candy Nagel. On the Instagram is Stefania is okay, all right. Let me see if I got anything. All right. Yeah, I'm like, woo. I'm on Instagram right now, so let's see what we got. All right. Okay, I got one request. I have no requests here. So I'm accepting people. I don't know. I'm like, hey, accept. I don't want. Okay. No, I didn't get that yet. But let me see what I got. A nice picture, so it should. So, oh, you know what? I have it under. Oh, I put it under 2014 Omega. So you might want to go. Let's see, 2014 Omega. All right, because it's showing on that. All right. Let me see. No, I haven't seen that. So, that's the reason why a lot of times it's just these things are a pain in the butt. But you want to get a video chat. All right, so I'm trying to figure this out. All right. Oh, God. That looks like I've been delete. Let's see where. Nope. Nope. Most of them just delete. All right. So I got nothing. You might want to try 2014 Omega. Yeah, Omega. And was told when I was talking to those you call the psychic up, and that you got an older mentor. No, they just want to get in my panties. That's it. The older, yeah, the older guys want to get in there really quick, and I'm like, no. I usually don't deal with a lot of, it's like no. They're pantyhose. So yeah, I try to tell my psychic, yeah, okay, I had one guy, he wanted to go to a WhatsApp thing, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. So I pretty well did the WhatsApp for a while, and I had this one guy who really liked me, and he lived a long ways from here. And I said, well, it was great until he was a good looking guy, and he was around my age, and I couldn't deal with his voice. It was like his voice didn't match. And I was like, okay, I find you. All right, let me see. You found me and you wrote hi. Okay, all right. Let me go check. We do FaceTime. All right. And that's is it Snapchat? Okay, there we go. There's no one here, and that would be under Okay, Instagram. All right. Request. Yes, I see that. There we go. Accept. There we go. All right. I see you. All right. There we go. Hi, back. I forget him. So I wrote hi back. Yeah, I couldn't believe it that I had someone tell me, your stomach's getting bigger. That's okay. You'll look like everyone else who does opiates, because for some reason I notice people who do a lot of opiates got really big stomachs. That's all I see. So I had I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? So I got an interview tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, I'm hoping they don't think I'm pregnant, so I'm going to wear a big shirt and wear black, like my aunt said, hot, because when you come here to Pahrump, you come here to die. Oh, okay. Follow you too. All right. Follow back. All right, there you go. I'm following back there. All right. So I think in my old age, I'm turning into my father, where I become that smart ass where you go, really? Yeah, everyone does that. My dad said when his physician pretty much gave him the blow off, He was like, really? So that same night he went to another, it's like he went to an emergency care and he got better care and he told them what happened. And it was like he said he spent 4 hours in emergency where they were trying to save everything. Yeah, that's when he got really into when he almost lost his leg from his own physician. It was a physician that his physician was on vacation and he was using that the vacation physician because that guy sucks. Yeah. Well, he had the same medicine I did. It was crap medicine, so. So anyway, what I have been dealing with is just a lot of bad medicine. And I'm like, wow, a lot of people here come here and I'm thinking, is this another Florida? They're coming here and dying? Or, what is going on to where I'm and a lot of other people are saying the bad medicine and let's just put it this way. I think a lot of people, including the younger crowd, my age, and even a little bit younger, are avoiding going to doctors because of the bad medicine. And then they have health reasons and they pass because they're just not getting the good medicine they should. You know? This person says, follow me too. I need help too. I said, okay, what? I'm broke. I am broke. If you need help, you were looking at the wrong person. That's why I'm asking you to give me. Yeah, I took that picture. Whew. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to be going and exercising soon, even though I'm being told by uh, my physician assistant that having a stomach growing at a rate that scares the fuck out of you is horrible. That's okay. You didn't see nothing on the ultrasound because you drank no water. I'm like, when I go out and about, I don't want to go to every place and piss, so I don't drink a lot of water unless, I'm thirsty. So I'm sitting there thinking, really? Okay, I'm not going to sleep well tonight. And she kept talking over me, so it's like, yeah. I'm going to get ready and do my exercises and go for my walk. If you see me, be nice, wave, don't block where I'm going to walk to because I'll turn around. We had somebody who was really excited to see me and then they blocked where I was walking to, and I didn't feel comfortable having someone block my path of walking. If you're like pulled off, make sure I can walk around you or something. If I'm to say hi to you or something or rather, I get a lot of people who think I got wings or something. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this and because I am going to make some money to do tarot reading because I need to do that. So I need to end. Yes, I'm going to end.